So this is one of the scores for the arrangements I've done. You can see it's got the piano part, the tuba part on it, as we go through. This is the Haydn Trumpet Concerto, which has a large orchestral opening, which I've had to reduce down to the piano score. And all these little circles are just examples that the pianist has went through and said is unplayable, unfortunately. So we're going to have to go through it again and just edit the work that's been done. And the idea of this blog is going to be to have a look at these scores, do it on my phone, which is why my hand's going in front there, because it's a little bit more portable than what the camera is. Is to look through these, or look through some of these, and just explain why the piano writing's not quite as well written out there as it could be, and the differences in writing for the piano as to opposed to another instrument. So it's all sellotape together. This is how I've decided to publish it, because it then allows the pianist to sprawl it out like I've done here and just flip the pages over as it needs to go. And I've done this because I knew I was only going to have myself and him in the room at the same time. So doing it as a book would be quite difficult, because once it all folds up, you'd have to be playing this last line and turning the page. And then the same down here, which wouldn't be so hard, dun 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 dun, and over on it here. So the first issue of the Haydn one is that we've got this opening. I'm not going to pretend to play the piano, but I play a little bit. So we've got that's just a little bit of sight reading of it. And then when it comes back, this main tune comes back just over here. Again. And when it comes back at 20 with the another one, sorry. It comes back here at 32. When it comes back here, it has these chords in it, which is the horn part on the main score. Focusing. So we've got, instead now we've got and the difficulty here is that on the piano, as soon as you hit a note, it starts to disappear a bit. So say we take the B flat. So these notes on the horn part go all the way through the bar, and they're also accented. It's this sort of boom, 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 and it's an early brass sort of way of playing, very renowned for the classical period where the brass come with these sort of inputs. So on the piano we won't get them, you'll just get a louder note. So that's all we've had to do there, just make the minimums and just use them as harmonies. And it's only two beats, so it'll be fine there. There is one further on, I think. It's a sustain note. So these ones, you've got these forzando chords. And the pianist will just have to use a pedal there. And over the top we go dun da dum da yum ba yum dun da yum ba yum ba yum. Playing all those notes on the tuba anyway. We won't lose out on them. But what that does is a little bit like Hindemith tuba sonata that he wrote. The overtones of the instrument will clash with these notes. And you get a nice harmony there. So we're writing for piano of any kind. The way the chords move is slightly different to an orchestral piece. So we take B flat major. We'd probably use these three notes together. E, D, F, and that's it in first inversion. Now to move to E flat major, That would be the easiest move there. B flat, E and G. In an orchestra score, it doesn't really matter how you write these parts, because you're always going to have the third playing the bottom, which would be the B flat, which would stay, it would do the first inversion, that would still stay there. And then you'd have the second instrument playing the D, and the third instrument, the first instrument playing the F. So I think about it the wrong way around. So the first instrument playing the top note, the F, second on the D, and the third on the B flat. Now to move, your top instrument you're going to want to play the E flat. Your second instrument you're going to want to play the G. And the third instrument you're going to want to play the B flat. So that's it. So with more sound, or with more written like this. I can't stretch my hands that far. But the B flat would be on the bottom. The top instrument would be playing that B flat. Second one the G, the bottom one the E flat. So that's how you'd write on an orchestral score, but on the piano it's easy to go. And move around the chords like this. So the chords just change a little bit compared to the orchestral spread. And there's a few elements in here where, for example, this bit, we've decided to swap the octave. So bring that E flat down, because at the moment it's written the sound above the C. So it'll now sound this E flat, and the top notes will be playing this B and G. As opposed to how it's written just now, where the bottom was playing this. That's how it's written just now. So that sorts that little issue out. So that's just little things to watch as well. If you're ever writing for the piano or something that I need to go through and look at, is where these notes clash, because it's all very well working on one stave or working on the staves. But in this case, the staves are actually crossing there. And that's a big no-no, because then it means that the right hand and the left hand are having to be crossed. There are some works that do that, but it's not going to work in this situation. The other thing is that sometimes the spread of notes just doesn't work out. So although in the orchestra all the different voices have their own settings on different pitches, the piano doesn't quite have that. And some of the notes need to be condensed a little bit so that it sits within this tighter register. So like here, where it will sit nice and tight. So I need to go through and double check all these notes over the next couple of days and work it out. So here's another example of some playing that's not possible. Maybe the something about dum 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 in one part of the hand, and so we'll take out these bottom notes, or these notes that are in there, and just bring them down to the bottom. And we'll just use the bottom half of the bar, which would then go. Then we'll have da 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 on the top of it. So again, it's bars that I've just put in it, not being a pianist, that need altered. So that's the main things I want to look at in this blog, which is some of the bars that are in this concerto, or in some of the other concertos pieces that aren't playable, and the difference. So as soon as you hit a note on the keyboard, it's disappearing, and that's something that we're trying to alter. So it was in the hiding. We'll just, maybe I'll bring out the tuba part a little bit more when it comes back. So through here. 40, 50. So it comes in at MF, so the first part I'm going to plan on playing bum 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 ba da da dee da dum da 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 dee da dum da 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 down. And on these notes here, I'm just going to put a little accent, and that would mimic what the horns would be doing, and it still brings that to the music. It just adds the colouring a little bit different. So it's a little bit of a problem in the Haydn concerto. In the Salut d'Amour, it's not so much an issue because we've got constant sort of note pattern going on. So if you look here, we always go bum 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 dee da 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 dum, whilst the piano's playing underneath. Da dum dum da dum. Over the top. So in this piece is a little bit less of an issue because there's going to be a constant spread of music coming through the piano part. Whereas some of these bars, although we've got the top lines, the harmonies are just going to be lost a little bit. Which is just a sort of element that we lose. The piano is a combination of a melodic instrument and a percussive one. So as soon as the notes are hit, it's a bit like hitting a drum. They're going to start disappearing. That'll hopefully sum up some of the points that I wanted to do there. Just help with looking at piano writing in general.